tribunals, road roko, knee-deep in water. 2 states at war over water. Karnataka shuts down over Cauvery. Flights cancelled, no public transport. 2 India allies, but public base. Cauvery water wars. Our top focus at 6 p.m. prime.
4,000 crores. That's the price of the shutdowns and bunds that we've been witnessing in Karnataka, whether it was 2 days ago or today in Karnataka. We're going to be getting you the latest updates of the Cauvery water wars and what played out in the day-long statewide band that we witnessed today. We're also going to be joined by veteran Kannada actor Mr. Anant Naga on this broadcast. He's going to be sharing his views on this decades-long Cauvery feud. You're watching 6 p.m. Prime. I'm Akshita Nandagopal, and here's a look at the headlines. Mega India Today impact. Ripples felt after Beti Bazaar operation exposed trafficking hotbeds in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. Union Minister Meenakshi Lekhi demands police action. Rajasthan Mantri vows probe. Justin Trudeau falls in line, now says Canada is committed to closer ties with India, cites India's growing importance on the world stage.
I think it's extremely important that all of us continue to engage constructively and seriously with the government of India. India is a growing economic power and important geopolitical player.
Big inside scoop on One Nation, One Poll. Sources tell India Today that no simultaneous polls will be held in 2024. Law panel report will be finalized soon. Tamil actor Vishal makes sensational charge against censor board, claims he paid a 6.5 lakh bribe for film's Hindi rights. Information and Broadcasting Ministry vows strict action. You can catch my full conversation in Vishal in just 30 minutes from now. Indian shooters lead India's gold rush at the Asian Games. Palak and Isha win gold and silver in the 10-meter air pistol final. Indian trio clinch gold in the 50-meter rifle three-prone event. And Pakistan Cricket Board chief makes an outrageous, completely unsporting comment. Despite India rolling out the red carpet for the Pakistan cricket team, PCB chief calls India Dushman Mulk. In a matter of 3 days, we've seen 2 shutdowns in the city of Bengaluru, and today it spread across Karnataka as the entire state was shut down by pro-Kannada groups and farmer groups who are saying that the government shouldn't release any more Cauvery water to Tamil Nadu. Let's get you the latest updates coming in on the story. Trouble continues to mount for the Karnataka government. Even as widespread protests continue, the Cauvery Water Management Authority has directed the government to release 3,000 cusecs of water to Tamil Nadu for the next 15 days. Karnataka Deputy CM D.K. Shivkumar today held a meeting with officers of Cauvery panel ahead of the crucial meeting with retired Supreme Court judges on the issue of the management authority's directions to release more water. Now, there are attempts to reach out to all parties in this. Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has met with protesting farmers to kind of also ensure that he sends out a reassuring message to them that all of their issues, their voice is being heard. This is the impact of the shutdown on people, on Bengalurians. 44 flights were cancelled to and from Karnataka because of the protests that took place. These flights were scheduled to come in from Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, among many other locations. Images also of the kind of protest that we witnessed today. Farmers and pro-Kannada groups joined hands for this shutdown call. Public transport thereby was hit, and in Mandya, which is a farmer belt, protesters disrupted rail traffic by sitting on the railway track. Prohibitory orders were issued in many parts of Karnataka. Bengaluru, Mandya saw prohibitory orders, that's section 144, in place, and that's why protesters were almost immediately detained when they gathered. The Karnataka film industry, Sandalwood, many of them have come out in support of the ongoing stir. They joined protesting farmers in Bengaluru. Actor Shivraj Kumar, known popularly and fondly as Shivanna, was seen amongst others at the protest site. And we also saw a symbolic mock funeral for Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Stalin in Bengaluru as protesters expressed their discontent over water released to the state. More images of how protesters were ensuring that their voices were heard. These were in fact protesters rolling on the streets in Bengaluru. In Mandya, we saw protesters going knee-deep in Cauvery water to send out their message to the government saying do not release any more water to Tamil Nadu. And even as there's all of this shutdown and protest, there's no respite essentially for Karnataka because you had the Cauvery Water Management Authority making it clear that despite all the multiple pleas, petitions filed by Karnataka, they will have to release 3,000 cusecs of water to Tamil Nadu in the next 15 days, for the next 15 days. The Chief Minister thereby has said that while he finds this decision very unfair, he will be consulting several legal luminaries to figure out what to do next. And it is in accordance with that the Chief Minister met with retired Supreme Court judges as well. This comes also after Siddaramaiah met with protesting farmers to reassure them that all of their concerns are going to be addressed. Now, if we saw an actor's film being targeted by Kannada groups yesterday, I'm referring to what happened with actor Siddharth today in Chamarajnagar. Vehicles with Tamil Nadu registration, Tamil movie posters, all of that was targeted. Protesters were seen gearawing any vehicle that had a Tamil Nadu number plate, and besides that, movie posters like that of Chandramukhi 2, which is just released, were being ripped apart by these protesters. Unfortunate images coming in because all that this does is spread more hate. And what you're seeing right now is this kind of targeted protests taking place. Anaga is joining us with more details on this. Anaga, unfortunate really that in many parts of Karnataka, you're seeing these kind of attacks and targeted incidents of protests against anyone with, any semblance of having a link to Tamil Nadu.
Very true, Akshita, and especially during very sensitive issue like Cauvery issue, that friction between the two states, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, just heightens up. So in that border, Chamarajnagar is at the border between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. A family of four, a car was traveling to Tamil Nadu, to Karnataka from Tamil Nadu, and it was crossing the Chamarajnagar district. And when that happened, right when the pro-Kannada activists saw the TN number plate, they immediately started kicking the number plate. They even tried getting the number plate out of the car. Immediately the police intervened and tried to calm down the situation. Their immediate response was go back to Tamil Nadu. They did not want the tourists to enter Karnataka by any chance. So even a lot of tourists even had to cancel their visits to Karnataka because of the bump. And this very unfortunate incident, what we saw, imagine the anxiety that the family inside the car would have gone through. A group of protesters, they they just completely surrounded the car. They tried marooning the car, kicked the number plate, then forced the car to go back. But then right on time, the police intervened and calmed down the situation.
And unfortunately, if you're thinking this is a one-off, it most definitely isn't. As someone who lived in Bengaluru with a TN registered car, every time these kind of shutdowns happen, there was no question of me taking my car out. And it's vice versa. If there are shutdowns in Tamil Nadu, it's similar kind of hate that spreads, which is truly, truly unfortunate that we're seeing these kind of issues being reignited once again. Anika, thank you very much for joining us with all of those details. What's happened in the last few hours? What's happened in the last 24 hours? There's been a shutdown in Bengaluru and across Karnataka, where largely it was only protesters, pro-Kannada groups and farmer groups who were out on the streets to register their protest to ensure their voice is heard by the Karnataka government. Let's round up for you in our report first all that's happened.
Karnataka comes to a standstill after farmers enforce a statewide bandh demanding their share of the Cauvery water. From mock funerals of MK Stalin to road shows to rail roko to even a bid to storm the airport, the farmers are clearly on the warpath.
There are aggressive protests across the state of Karnataka. We have seen people burning the effigies of Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, and few of them also trying to do a mock funeral of Tamil Nadu leaders. And they're also tying the posters of Siddaramaiah and DK Shivkumar on buffaloes, where they want to symbolically protest against even Karnataka government on releasing Cauvery water to Tamil Nadu.
Protests erupted across India's IT city in violation of the ban on assembly of people imposed by the state police. Many Kannada film stars, including Shivraj Kumar and Murli, joined the stir.
Just a few weeks back, the farmers in Karnataka, they had burnt effigies, they had burnt posters of Darshan and Sudeep saying that why aren't these stars, raising their voices on the Cauvery issue. All these years, for all these decades, we have watched their films, and now when it comes to Karnataka, why aren't they opening their mouths was the kind of protest that we saw. And now right here, in solidarity with the pro-Kannada organizations, farmers and the Cauvery water issue, all the big wigs of the Kannada cine industry have gathered here, headed by Kannada superstar Shivraj Kumar. They are standing here expressing their solidarity.
I just heard about this. Like, I feel it's not really right. Being an actor, I can't leave another actor down like that. So I'm sorry to that. Like, if any such things has happened, but ultimately, even our guys also should have known properly. I don't know who has executed the whole process, and it also depends on who has actually given them the support with these things. So probably whoever has supported them, I don't think it's right, and harming or hurting artists related to these things is not really good. It's not really right. That's what I feel.
Mandya, the Cauvery heartland, saw widespread agitation. Protesters were in knee-deep water, demanding the Siddaramaiah government in Karnataka stop the release of Cauvery water to Tamil Nadu. Public transport across the state was badly hit as a result of the bandh. Farmer leaders met Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, but a solution is yet to be found.
Did you tell them to not release even a drop of water further? What did you exactly tell them, and what were your demands?
We are telling don't want to release one drop of water. He is agree. So today evening he will reply to our demands.
While the protests raged on, the Siddaramaiah government claimed the situation is under control.
Karnataka Bandh is totally peaceful. We have seen that no SR should happen. Nothing episode is going on. All the people are cooperating. We are given full protection to everyone.
The opposition gunned for the Siddaramaiah government.
Our farmers do not have water today to support their one standing crop. Instead of effectively doing this job, effectively working towards a solution for this problem, is indulging in politicking and trying to shift political goalposts, and is not taking care of the interests of the state.
The ripples of protest in Karnataka were also felt in Tamil Nadu. The ruling DMK objected to mock funerals held for Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin.
They are doing but we are not going to stop it. That is their brilliant pressure. They are doing, we are not bothered at all. We are not going to give any Karnataka government. We are appealing to Supreme Court. They have to give a direction to the Karnataka.
The protests over Cauvery are only set to escalate. Pro-Kannada activists have called for a ghirao of the Krishna Raja Sagar Dam on Cauvery River on the 5th of October. With Sagai Raj, Bureau Report, India Today.
And joining me here on India Today is Mr. Anant Nag, a veteran Kannada actor, a legend really in Sandalwood, who's acted in over 200 Kannada films. Mr. Anant Nag, namaskara. Thank you very much for joining us here on India Today. Can we just start off, sir, by me asking you your views really on this Cauvery water wars? You've seen it, I'm sure, playing out for the last many decades, unfortunately being resurrected now. What do you make of all that's happened, sir?
Well, this issue of Cauvery waters has been hanging fire since a very long time. I myself witnessed to this kind of developments since about 50 years. There is no problem whenever there is a good rainfall or bounteous rainfall. But every time there is a shortfall in rain, and then there is, this problem of sharing waters, and which has been what is called Cauvery River Water Management Authority and all, they have come into being. But this has been a historic problem. The beginnings of this were in sometime in, say, 1897-98, about 125 years ago.
Correct.
When arbitrarily the British decided that this is the flow of water that should go to Tamil Nadu, and then ever since then, there have been several kind of treaties and etc. going on, but nobody has sat up and then taken a very serious kind of cognizance of this issue to settle it once and for all. Because we have heard of, say, for instance, there is Sindhu, our water, Indian waters going to Pakistan. Even during the war times, we have been very magnanimous about it.
Correct.
Similarly, there is a water dispute between, say, for a long time we were heard of Egypt means river Nile. It's only of late that we are hearing that Nile is actually a river from Ethiopia. And now that Ethiopia has built dams, they were not in a position to do that earlier. That now Egypt is now talking. Otherwise, heretofore, it was all the way Egyptian Nile. It was nobody knew. I myself didn't know that it was the waters came from Ethiopia. Similarly here, this has been hanging fire since 125 years, and no serious attention has been paid.
I agree
but I
with
think
you.
before I say anything about it, because this is a matter. This is a matter between India. This is within India, between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, and now I think is an ideal time for the centre, the BJP government at the centre, to intervene, stop the flow of water to start with, and then take, study the problem. Because at the center, it's BJP government. In Karnataka, it's Congress government. In Tamil Nadu, it is DMK. Now is the time when the three of them can sit together. There are no other pressures then. Everybody can be neutral and just see what is happening. Because this fact is, the matter is that whenever, as I said, whenever there is plenty of water, there is no problem at all. Water just goes, and then from even Tamil Nadu is not able to hold that water back, and it goes into the sea.
True.
But there are facts that now, since many years now there is the population of Bangalore, etc. Everywhere it has grown. So we have Cauvery water we need for not just Mandya farmers, but for the Mandya district, for drinking water purposes, for agricultural purposes, Mandya, Mysore, Chamarajnagar, then Bangalore, Kolar and Tumkur. These are our major areas. Now drinking water problem, this and that, this has been, it can cater to all.
But my question, sir, is...
So the beginning is this has been happening, and every time
unfortunately, what we've been seeing, Mr. Anantnag, is this, whole narrative. Tamil Nadu versus Karnataka, and you're right, this is all happening within one country. Two states are fighting it out now. Today, what we saw, sir, was a lot of Kannada film stars from Sandalwood coming out and expressing their solidarity with farmers. But sir, I have just one question.
Do not. I don't want to go by today's incidents.
Okay, my question is this, sir. When we see these kind of images coming forth of support growing, does that then create that narrative further of Tamil Nadu versus Karnataka?
We have been seeing. You may be seeing this. Yes, it has become like that because of the hostile attitude of the governments in Tamil Nadu. Whether it has been, it's for a long time, since the last 50 years, it's been either DMK or AIADMK.
Sure.
It's both of them the same. It's just whether the difference is between DMK and AIADMK. But every time this happens, instead of sitting together, coming for talks and all, every time they either go to the center and to the river authority, so-called, or the Supreme Court, and then our people, if our officers and our politicians sit together, for instance, from Mandya, we had late Puttannaya, who was our MLA from there, and who was from Rait Sangha. He had found a distress formula, whereby he had collected some sort of very knowledgeable farmers from Karnataka and also from Tamil Nadu. They would sit together, and for some time, they mutually discussed the problems, and then this is the water, these are crops we are growing, these are the crops you grow, let's cooperate, and then for some time that was a solution.
Sure.
But ever since, he is no more now, but ever since this has been going on for decades now.
So you're saying
And,
essentially that there's animosity from the Tamil Nadu government. But Mr. Anantnag, we're seeing unfortunate images of, Tamil Nadu registered vehicles being targeted in Karnataka. Of Siddharth, an actor, when he was at a press meet yesterday, being targeted by pro-Kannada groups. Surely that can't be promoted. That's not okay.
Don't go into individual. Do not go into... Don't go, I don't want to go. You are telling me. I don't know. I want to talk about Tamil Nadu and Karnataka and river water. Don't go into individual incidents. There may be incidents happening there also, here also. These present times have come because the DMK government in Tamil Nadu is not amenable to sitting together and talking. They either go to the Supreme Court or to the river authority. And this has been going on and on. This is not the first time. In the last 50 years, which I have myself been here in Bangalore, I have seen this. This must be the 30th or 35th time this is happening. So what I say is, now is the time to sit together, stop the flow of water. Let the center, there is a different government in the center, different government in Tamil Nadu, a different government here in Karnataka. Let them sit together and hammer out a solution. Because, this is the fact that that's what water, we have to share this water, yes. And we are the upper riparian state. And so it has to, our needs, our drinking water needs, crop needs. And in Karnataka, there are only 2 crops, agricultural crops raised. Whereas in Tamil Nadu, the lower riparian state, there is 3 crops.
But
and
sir,
besides industrial use of water and all.
Okay,
So
but Mr. Anantnag, just one final question. You're saying you should have dialogue, we should all talk it out.
Okay.
But Tamil Nadu is approaching the court. They're seeking legal reprieve, which is very much within their mandate
That is not happening. That is not. No, that is not happening because the Tamil Nadu government refuses to come to sit for talks. Now, that is why I am saying that there is a different government, DMK government in Tamil Nadu, Congress government in Karnataka, BJP, and let the 3 to sit together and hammer out a solution which is satisfactory to all the 3 parties, both the states and the center. So this has to be a once and for all step. And these are very, this situation could worsen if it thinks, because already there is 60% shortage of rainfall this year. Unlike last 3-4 years when there were bountiful rains. So now is the time for the 3 governments, the responsible center, the center, to sit together, call these 2 the state governments, and then hammer out a solution.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Mr. Anantnag.
I don't want to prejudice anybody.
Okay, when you say dialogue is the way forward, I agree with you. When you say things could worsen, I agree with you, because we've seen riots, unfortunately, break out in these kind of circumstances. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Mr. Anantnag, I really appreciate you taking the time out and joining us, sir, with your perspective on what's been playing out currently in Karnataka. Very rightly, Mr. Anantnag saying now is the time for dialogue, not for this kind of a tussle and constant argument. And perhaps we have to put it on the governments to really lead in this matter.
Stop the water flow for at least for 1 week. Stop the water flow. In the meanwhile, in that 1 week, find a solution.
That's an interesting
See the
perspective.
ground realities.
Yeah, that's an interesting perspective, and we hope that the authorities also are listening to you. Thanks very much, Mr. Anand Nag, for joining us here on India Today. Joining us live here on India Today is actor Vishal, who's dropped that bombshell allegation of having had to pay a bribe to the censor board to get his film cleared. Vishal, thank you very much for joining us on India Today. Before we talk about the reactions that have come into what you've said, can you just describe to us what was your experience like? What happened with you when you tried to get your film cleared by the CBFC?
No, it's to be honest, I was taken aback when we got to know that we have to pay 6.5 lakhs a price tag for the certificate. Yes, we did come a bit late because of technical issues. We could have actually applied before. First thing I would like to clarify is the Hindi version is always to be certified in the particular region, that is Mumbai. Previous films also have been certified in Mumbai. And when we got to know this, because I've never faced such a situation down south in any of my 32, 33 films. Even the same Mark Antony film in South India, we've got it certified. We have not paid except charges which we need to pay to the government to get the film screening and the screening charges. And of course, yes, everything by DD. But there was this lady called Menaka who spoke to my person and said, like, since you've come in the last minute, I will be able to give you the certificate in a day's time, since your release is up, that is September 28th, and they are not willing to budge lesser than that, in spite of my person saying that it's a bit on the higher side. And she had said that you have to deposit 3 lakhs initially for the screening, and before the first half is over, you'll have to deposit another 3.5 lakhs and give because I didn't want to deal with cash. I knew this was something related to corruption in the beginning, because I've never seen such kind of a price tag for a certification in the film board. So we did 2 transactions. One is 3 lakhs, and then 3.5 lakhs was deposited again before the first half was done. And as she said, she got me the certificate certified by the board by evening and the film release. So for 2 things, I had to pay 6.5. One is definitely because the film was at stake, a lot of money was involved. Yeah. And the secondly, to pay a price to bring the truth out, yes, I did that. And we have the recorded conversation because we are not used to that, but we wanted this to be recorded to show it to the world. Actually, what transpired and how it transpired, because Vishal alone speaking doesn't, make sense. You need to have some kind of evidence to fall back on. Yeah.
From what you're saying, Vishal, it seems almost like, it's a well-oiled procedure, a process that's in place where it's acceptable to take these kind of bribes. So did you face this earlier? Are there other producers, directors, actors who face this?
I'm not sure, but the way she said she had mentioned in her conversation, she said, like, you should have come 15 days earlier. 15 दिन पहले एक एप्लीकेशन मिला हमको और सिर्फ 4 लाख पूछा उसको वो प्रोड्यूसर आप भी ऐसे हालत अभी तो 6.5 लाख देने पड़ेगा. If you had come 15 days back, you would have only charged only 4 lakhs. And this will continue for another 4 months. We can't help it what to do. And all these is not Vishal. It is her voice. And the CBFC office is not in a supermarket or in a public park. It is CBFC office. So only certified people can be in that office. So she took her hard disk once the 3 lakhs payment was done. And she got the job done. So it looks like... yes, it has been done before. I would reassure because of the way she had mentioned it, number one. And number two, the casual way of taking the money. The casual way of splitting it into 2 accounts. We have given out the details of the 2 accounts also, 3 and 3.5. And yes, as per her instructions and as per our deliverables, she gave us a certificate.
But I want to understand from you, did you reach out to some of your colleagues? Did you ask them, is this normal?
No. See, there was not much time for us to breathe. First of all, to arrange 6.5 lakhs within in the spur of the moment, because she gave a disclaimer saying that you just tell us yes or no, because he's asking. The official is asking yes or no, otherwise it's all decks are off. So we had no other option. So when my manager called me, I said, okay, I have no other option. I can't defer my release. So go ahead and do it, but do it in such a way that, because I have something else to pinpoint later on. So make sure you don't deal in cash, number one, and make sure, even if they will not come on normal call, they'll come on WhatsApp. Make sure you record the conversation, and make sure you record everything, whatever you intend to, we intend to show to the world in future. So that's what we did. So yes, I honestly, at this point of time, I don't want to be fighting corruption behind the screen. I'd rather, bring it out when I see corruption in the society. So that's the reason why I had to pay a price of 6.5 lakhs. Yeah.
I'm glad you've spoken out, Vishal. But you've given names, you've given details of who are these officers, the accounts that you've given the money to. There have been some questions on social media, like a former CBFC member, Mr. Ashok Pandit, has said he doesn't remember such names being there in the censor board, being a part of the censor board. So are you willing to furnish some of the proof that you're talking about here?
Yeah, it's already there. It's there. I've already given out the voice recording and the 2 bank accounts where 3 and 3.5 have been paid. And the lady's name is Miss or Mrs. Menaga. I don't know. I should ask my manager, who went all the way from Chennai to Mumbai with a hard disk. We had applied online as per norms. And yes, if he says, obviously they will not take the money in their accounts. I don't think they would do such a foolish act when it comes to such a fictitious amount. Definitely there will be someone else's account involved, because we didn't want to deal with cash. First it was cash. That's what was told. I said, no, I will not deal with cash. I will give you 6.5, but I will give it in accounts, and we had to pay 2,000 rupees extra for every transaction. That also happened. So everything is in record. And yes, if they say that we don't know who's Menaga, then I think the entire Bollywood industry and everyone, all of us, can go to Menaga tomorrow for getting our certification done, because she got it done for 6.5 lakhs.
Yeah. So whether she's part of the censor board or not, she's got the right links for sure.
Yeah, she has narrated in her she's told in the we asked, in fact, we prodded her, we asked, like, who does this, who shares the pie? She said it goes all the way up. It goes all the way to the up the ladder. It is there for everyone to hear. It can be decoded. It is in Tamil. It can be decoded in Hindi language also. And it looked so like, nothing abnormal. It was very normal for her to speak the way she spoke and the way she said, like 15 days back, 15 दिन के पहले एक सिनेमा को 4 लाख दिया. अभी तो आप इतनी देर से आ रहे हैं, तो 4.5 लाख देना पड़ेगा. So it's like she's giving examples of other films also.
Okay, so it's not a one-off. It's not a one-off. After what you've said, Vishal, the INB Ministry, the Information and Broadcasting Ministry, has promised they'll take action. There are some who are also demanding a CBI investigation. Do you think that's the need of the hour? Are you happy with the response from the government?
I am very happy. I really thank the Chief Minister, Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde Sahab, and my Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi Sahab, for initiating immediate action. Because you know what, this is what we show in cinemas. People, when they say, why do you show corrupt officials, why do you show corrupt politicians, we show it because cinema is a reflection of what is happening in the society, and that's, for me as an actor, I'm looking at it. I'm being part of corruption when I pay 6.5 lakhs. So very it's true. Like, yeah.
And my final question to you is for you to come out and say that, look, this has happened with me, and even admitting that you paid that bribe. What was the message you wanted to send across? Why did you decide that, look, it's important for me to speak up about this and go public with my experience?
See, there are 2 ways. One is personal and professional. Professionally, I want to bring it out. Because I've never faced it, as I said, in the last 20 years and 33 films of my career. I don't want, if this is the price tag for Vishal, then I don't know what's the price tag for other films and other small-time producers. I had to borrow and I had to pay. Just imagine the plight of other small-time producers. Okay, fine, number one. Personally, me, again, going and facing the camera after this and saying I'm against corruption, I don't think I'll be able to face the camera with a conscience. And yesterday I slept well. And I, honestly speaking, I really slept well because I felt that I should blurt it out and bring out the truth. For me, I can look at the mirror saying that, good, you have been part of the corruption for two reasons. One is for your film to release, and the other one is to bring the truth out. So I brought the truth out. Now my conscience is clear.
You know, it's very rare that we see actors actually walk the talk, set a fine example in society as well off the screen. So thank you very much, Vishal, for speaking out, for exposing what's happened. And we will ensure we follow up and see what kind of action is taken on the allegation you've leveled. Thank you for speaking to India today.
Thank you. Really hoping for that.
Let's get your details of the Pakistan Cricket Board Chief's latest comments that really highlights how unsporting Pakistan has been really about the World Cup. At a time when we've rolled out the red carpet for the Pakistan cricket team in Hyderabad, ensured that they got a warm welcome, the Pakistan Cricket Board is busy spewing hate. They refer to India as Dushman Mulk. Let's listen into exactly what the PCB chief said.
मोहब्बत से अपने हम खिलाड़ियों को हमने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स दिए हैं। मैं खाली पाकिस्तान की हिस्ट्री में इतने पैसे कभी नहीं मिले जितने मैंने इनको दिए, क्योंकि मेरा मकसद एक ही था कि हमारे जितने प्लेयर्स हैं ये मोराल इनका अप होना चाहिए जब ये किसी दुश्मन मुल्क में या किसी जगह भी खेलने जाएं जहाँ कंपटीशन हो रहा है।